Hey guys, thank you for catching up with Caddo with me, sponsored by Greg Orr Auto Marine RV, where they're running some killer deals on their remaining 25 models. Up at their Chevy place, their classic Ashdown, they're running up to 10,000 off on all remaining 25 model 1500 Silverados. At the classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram there in Texarkana, they're running up to 10,000 off on all the remaining 25, 2500, and 3500 Rams. If you're in the market for a Jeep Grand Cherokee on their 25 models that they've got left, they're running up to $7,500 off. And on their 25 model Jeep Wranglers, they're running up to $6,000 off. And then if you're looking for a GMC, they've got some deals on they've got one 25 model Buick Enclave left, and they've got it marked way down, and they've got a 25 model GMC Canyon that they've got about $4,300 marked off. So if you're in the market for a vehicle, I always say reach out to my buddies up there. I got a good fishing friend who's going up there tomorrow to pick one up. He bought him a Chevy up there. He got him a real nice C71 Trail Boss. They did him right. Got him a really nice truck, so I'm excited for him. He picks it up tomorrow, so I'm happy for him. Caddo Lake is at 168.64, so it's still a good level. I will say it's changing fast. It's definitely the time of the year where the Sylvania can steal your joy. It's, we get this way every year before it starts flooding again, and that does help and get us through the winter towards spring. But we need some rain. The lake's falling. There's no current, and we need some cool temps too. I think I had a trip Saturday morning, and then I had a trip Saturday afternoon after church. The water temp Saturday morning was 77, and Sunday afternoon the water temp was like 82. So it's still hot. I
didn't know that was a fish.
Kind of what we had going on a few weeks ago with the current and a little bit of cooler temps, or it cooling down. It's definitely changed, and you're having to adjust to everything.
We're working on supper.
I'm still catching most of my stuff with clients. The last several weeks I've had people that either don't fish a lot, or it was days where it was high pressure and that just worked. But the Fluke Watermelon Red or the Green Pumpkin Magic has been the deal for me. It's, when times get tough, or if I have people that don't fish a lot, that has been a lifesaver for me. The rivets, horny toads are still getting bit. A plopper is still getting bit. I don't throw a buzzbait that much, but I'm sure a buzzbait would do good also, because of the choppos and the ploppers, and the horny toads and rivets are still doing good. A little swim bait is, which every time this time of year the swim bait starts slowly but surely coming back into play. Swim bait's starting to get bit. Still sticking with old June bug, trick worm on a lightweight, just working around the pads, working around the grass, and drop shot. I've put out a few little videos picking with Randy, and paying respect to Randy for showing me how to drop shot years and years ago. But that little Randy Deaver special with a finesse worm, that little June bug, catches fish this time of year everywhere you go. You just get in the river or the bayou, just throw that drop shot up in those cuts, and it doesn't catch a lot of big ones, but you catch a lot of fish. The white bass are starting to school a little bit. And I've been getting clients to throw a little underspin. This is just a Berkeley underspin with a fusion hook, and just chunk it out there, put a little swim bait body on it, chunk and wind in the river or the bayou, and it'll get bit. There is still a lot of grass, a lot of vegetation, a lot of stuff to punch or flip, and I love a pit boss. This is a June bug color, but it's just I know there's a lot of people like the beaver, and well, now there's so many new baits out, and I stick to what works, and I always catch them on. There's 2 or 3 different things I throw. A pit boss is one of them, and I always catch them on that. Frog is still good. Still throwing that copper red. They've kind of gotten off of the that sparrow. They want something more of it's more white. So I've had to go back to the purple shad and the killer gill, something with a little more glitter, or the white. They seem, I'm sure it may be the color of the water. Who knows? Still looking for the birds and the pads. Still looking for, listening for the pads popping, and still looking for, a sign of bait. One thing I did start doing different, and I don't know if it's anything to it or if it's just was the day, but kind of ventured away from the river and the bayou because there was so much boat traffic this weekend, or even last weekend. It's just been horrible, all the boat traffic. And I don't mean that in a bad way for y'all that are coming out here enjoying the lake. That's what fishermen. It's kind of like trying to fish on the side of the interstate. Ditch. And interstate traffic is going by nonstop. Not everybody knows how to properly go around the boat. I had a guy Saturday morning go right over our fish. He just, that's the way he wanted to go, and I tried to get him to go the other way, and he just went, and so Sunday afternoon, I kind of went out on the main lake and kind of figured out a deal where I was throwing that fluke just out in grass, out in around pads, and just working it back real slow, and that seemed to work. So I don't know if that's just a one-time thing, or I'll find out this week. I've got 2 more trips this week, so I'll find out if that's a deal. But that may be something that's starting to happen, where they're kind of in the grass and you just throw that fluke out there real slow, work it back. But it's really kind of it. It's,
on the fluke.
I know I probably sound like I say the same thing.
It's about the 6th, 7th bite I've had. Right here in this grass, they're in this grass.
I will be doing different things. It's just the last 2 or 3 months we've been doing the exact same thing and catching, anywhere from 15 to 35 fish every trip. Sometimes with a little bit of effort, and sometimes I've got to drive all over the lake to find active spots or timing where they're biting. But it's pretty much everything that I'm telling you is what we're throwing in the boat. June bug worms, the pit bosses, the flukes, the frogs, everything. That's what we throw. I'd love to be sitting here in November and it'd be 55 degrees and me telling you I'm throwing an Alabama rig or a swim bait or a chatterbait or a rattle trap, something different, and catching a lot of fish. But we're just not there yet. It's going the opposite way. We're getting hot again, and the water temp's going back up, and we need rain and we need cooler nights. If you come out to the lake, wave at me. I had another guy this weekend wave back at me, and I'm getting a kick out of that. Love it. I love our community, and if you get a chance to come out to Caddo, you'll enjoy it. It's a majestic lake. It's a lake that God spoke into existence. It's a lake that's not like any other lake around here, with the history and just with the majestic views and just the divine feeling you get when you're out here. I mean, it's just everywhere you look, you see God's presence and just his touch and the way he made this. It's just an amazing body of water, and the fishing is good to really good, depending on who you're with, and what time of the week you're coming out here. If you're out here when there's not a lot of boat traffic, you can catch a lot of fish. Unfortunately, on weekends when there's a lot of boat traffic, it can be a little bit more difficult. But anyway, until next week, God bless, and I'll see you then. Bye.